I'm Jennifer Sanasi. You're watching News 24 Live. I'm joined in studio by Andrew Thomas from Better You. He's going to introduce us to his brand new product that has been making waves in the vitamin industry. Hello.
Hello.
I'm very excited that you're here.
Oh, thanks for inviting me.
I've been hearing about this product and it's a new way to take vitamins, you say. Why don't you tell us about the spray that you've brought along with you? We have some right here that you want to introduce to the South African market.
Okay, well, as you say, we've come to South Africa to launch 2 oral sprays, actually. We have a range in the United Kingdom of a number of oral sprays. We're starting with 2 here in South Africa, and these are the 2 vitamin deficiencies that are prevalent in South Africa. So that's why we've chosen these 2. The first is a vitamin D spray. So it's D3 that you spray into the mouth, and the second is B12, vitamin B12, you spray into the mouth. And the beauty of these is the absorbency and convenience. These are so fast absorbed and much quicker than any tablet or capsule. And that's really where the innovation comes in.
All right, well, tell us more about that. Why is the spray absorbed quicker in our body than just a regular pill vitamin?
Okay, well, you and I would absorb a tablet or a capsule differently. You would absorb it different to me, and you'd also absorb a tablet differently in different times of the day. So morning compared to afternoon, when you've just eaten or before you've eaten. And also if you're ill, and there's a vast majority of us who are increasingly ineffective when it comes to absorption. The beauty of our mouths are they're very similar. The oral cavity is a very, very absorbent area for active ingredients, similarly to our lungs, which is why smoking is so addictive. It's not so different to our nasal cavity as well. Okay? So the oral cavity is very, very absorbent. There's a rich vascular system, so a rich vein system, behind a very soft, absorbent mucosal membrane in there. There's the buccal membrane, which is your inner cheek, then the sublingual membrane, sub being under lingual tongue, under the tongue, and they both offer very, very quick and fast absorption areas for active ingredients, particularly for the likes of vitamin D and B12.
Now, why do I absorb a pill differently than you absorb a pill?
Okay, well, it's very much dependent on how efficient our gut is, okay? So at different times of the day, our gut will be working at different speeds. It depends on the amount of stomach acid that you produce, okay? And that varies depending on age, but also different times of the day. For B12, for example, it also depends on a protein called intrinsic factor. Now, you need both high levels of stomach acid and a protein called intrinsic factor to break down food, okay, or break down a supplement, and extract and retain B12. Now, it's not so bad with food. Food tends to sit in your stomach for a while, but when you look at a tablet or a capsule, it's incredibly difficult to extract the B12 from a tablet. In fact, tests have shown that you'll extract less than 1%, about half of 1% of the active ingredient in a B12 tablet or capsule will be absorbed. So it's an incredibly difficult way of elevating your B12 levels through a tablet, which is why if you are diagnosed with B12 deficiency, and the classic symptoms are lethargy, low energy levels, difficult to shake off fatigue, fuzziness, so mental fogging, you can't concentrate very well. You'll get an injection, a subcutaneous injection, either in the arm or the bum. And that's what you'll have on a monthly basis. And we've provided an alternative to that painful and rather invasive procedure.
So less than 1% of the active ingredient in those supplements are actually being absorbed into our system.
That's not all supplements.
Okay.
B12 is particular.
Okay.
B12 is a very large molecule. It's part of the vitamin B range, so it's water soluble. It's not very well retained anyway. It's a very large molecule, and it needs to stay in your gut for a long time. In fact, the absorption starts as soon as you ingest it and finishes at the lower intestine, so you need active absorption all the way along. Now, for people with low absorption levels, let's say celiacs, or people with Crohn's disease, or colitis, they'll all have a difficulty absorbing B12, from the food, but particularly from tablets and capsules. And it's similar for other tablets and capsules as well. There's basically no guaranteed absorption level from a tablet or a capsule because it will vary on how efficiently it's absorbed, and that will vary on the individual, how well they are.
How come we're not told this from our general practitioners when we are buying supplements for ourselves?
Well, the fact is there hasn't really been an alternative up till now. You know, tablets work. You know, they work, and we elevate the levels within them to account for the fact that some will be malabsorbed. And sometimes you're told to take a tablet with food. Sometimes you're told to take them on an empty stomach, dependent on the active ingredient in there. But chances are, when you walk into a health store, you're probably not feeling at your best. Sometimes, you know, you're feeling a bit run down, and that's the worst time to take a tablet. So, the oral spray offers a guaranteed absorption that bypasses the vulnerability of an inefficient digestive system.
Now, how much, let's say, vitamin B12 is absorbed in one spray, and how much do you get?
So, in one spray, okay, each spray will deliver 25 micrograms, okay, of vitamin B12. This is in the form of what we call methylcobalamin, which is a bioavailable form of B12. So this is what a spray looks like. Okay,
All right.
It's a micro mist. Okay. Have a go.
All right.
Okay,
Just
and
point
you
it in and spray.
Yeah, that's right.
Tastes like oranges.
Okay, it's actually apricot. That's
It's an apricot. It is apricot.
Yeah, that's a natural apricot
Bad
flavour.
sense of taste.
No,
I'm
not
sorry.
at all.
It
not
is
at all.
apricot.
Yeah, and it's sweetened with xylitol. Okay, and xylitol, it comes from the bark of the birch tree, so it's 100% natural. Okay, and we would recommend 4 sprays of that a day, and you could take them all in one go. You could take them over the course of a day. It doesn't matter. Okay, it's not affected by whether you've just eaten, whether your stomach's empty, how well you feel. The absorption is the same. And in fact, we've done a number of trials. We have some wonderful universities who have been helping us. And one in the UK is based in Cardiff in Wales. It's called Cardiff University. And there's a team there led by a guy called Dr. Charles Hurd. And in fact, the idea behind sublingual spraying was his idea. We have other products as well. And when we launched the company about 9 years ago, we specialized in transdermal magnesium, which is magnesium you absorb through the skin. Wonderful for muscle cramping and muscle relaxation. And when we were looking at the absorption levels of the magnesium, Charles said to me over a cup of coffee, he said, "Have you ever thought about sublingual sprays?" I said, "Well, not really. Tell me more about it." And about 15 years earlier, he and his team developed a spray which was an anti-malarial spray, okay, which delivered quinine. It was quinine to the mouths of babies. The worst statistics for malaria tends to happen under 3s.
Yeah.
They can't effectively take tablets, and often the mother may be too far away from doctors to administer injections. So this spray was genius, and it saved thousands of lives. And I just thought that was such a good idea. Maybe we can harness that technology to deliver vitamins in a more effective way. And so the team developed a vitamin D spray first. It's a fat-soluble spray. And I thought, well, will it be absorbed through the mucosal membrane? Yes, amazingly effectively. So with a further trial, just to show how well absorbed it is, he saw that a minimum of 40% of the active ingredient was absorbed instantaneously. So as soon as that spray hits the mucosal membrane in your mouth, 40% of the active ingredient is immediately absorbed. The longer it stays there, the more you absorb. Okay, so we thought, well, let's see how effective it is compared to tablets. So we had a trial done with Ethicare in India. Okay, they're a trial laboratory, and they compared Delux 1000, so a vitamin D spray delivering 1000 international units, which is how we measure D3, compared to a tablet delivering 1000 international units. And what they found on 14 healthy patients and 14 unhealthy patients, and healthy and unhealthy is actually a term to describe someone who is, let's say, vitamin D deficient,
right,
compared to someone who is vitamin D replete. So the 14 healthy patients, the people that we consider to be vitamin D okay, replete, they increased their vitamin D absorption by 167% compared to the tablet. Okay, so their vitamin D levels rose by 167% faster than they would have done from the tablet, or they did do from the tablet. For those who are unhealthy, those who really needed the vitamin D, the increase was even higher. So the increase was 223% higher from the spray compared to the tablet. So these things work. And if you need to increase your B12 levels, or if you need to increase your vitamin D levels, oral sprays are the way forward.